This episode is brought to you with the support of patrons of the Jessa channel, like Velest. Thanks, Velest. Join the party at patreon.com/the Jessa channel. Hey there, you're watching the Jessa channel on YouTube. I'm Jessa, and today I am here with a review of When the Past Comes Around. This game is beautiful, bittersweet. Yeah, I think tendersweet should be a new word, actually, because that really sums up this game. Tendersweet. It's very obvious that the developer, Mojiken, put a great deal of heart, love, and soul into this beautiful point-and-click adventure game. However, it's not without a flaw, and I will talk about that. You betcha. I will have some words to say on that. So as always, I'm going to take you to some images of the game while I give you my review of When the Past Comes Around. So this game is beautiful. That's the first thing I really want to say, and that's what drew me to it, as well as the fantastic reviews, which are all well deserved. And as you know, I am not a fan of puzzles, so I will tend, when I do a puzzle game, I'll tend to pick games that are very short. This game is actually really short. It's about 2 to 3 hours, 2.5 maybe, and it's very short game. But I need to play it through twice. Once to kind of learn the puzzles so that then when I go back and record it, I can give you the puzzles in a nice, orderly fashion. However, this game is a game I definitely didn't mind playing through twice. And I liked this game almost as much as I liked Luna the Shadow Dust, which I loved, which we played earlier in the year here on the Jessa channel. So, the puzzles, I mean, from the standpoint of someone who just loves puzzles, you wouldn't have any problem with these. If you don't like puzzles too much, I got stuck twice, and needed to consult a walkthrough. So if you're like me and, you know, puzzles confound you, there is a walkthrough out there. But for the most part, I was able to get through most of them. And a lot of it isn't really even puzzles. It's more just combining or, it's pretty obvious, but there were a few times where I didn't see something I needed to click on until I saw this light bulb up in the top right corner. Totally ignored. And then when you click on that or hold it down, it'll show you everything you can click on, because it is a game where you really need to click on everything on the screen to sometimes reveal the pieces needed to put the puzzle together. And so this is the story of Edda and Owl. This is Edda here on the left, and it's her story of loss, and her connection with Owl, and it's just so beautiful. And in fact, I went over to Mojiken's dev diary over on Tumblr, and he or she was or they were talking about this particular scene. Like, it's very obvious that every scene in the game has been given a very loving touch, and that they did a lot of research on the locations in the game so that everything seems to make sense. And so my take on this game from top to bottom is, first of all, the graphics are excellent. They're really good. They're so, as you can see here, the color scheme. What a great job they did with the color scheme. Really beautifully done. And so definitely top marks for the graphics on this game. The gameplay is really simple, but it does take a little bit of thought and looking around. There's a puzzle that I needed to look up in the walkthrough that I still don't know why the answer was the way it was, basically, to put not a too fine a point on it. But this is definitely a game that you could play with your older kids, maybe not your very, very younglings, but it's very pretty, and it's definitely family friendly. Absolutely family friendly. The audio, the music, top notch. So good that I got the soundtrack, and so good that the final song that plays in the game is actually the new theme song for the Grand Dames, as far as like what we play, the song that we play at the beginning of our live streams. Which, when I started playing that song, it was really nice in the first Grand Dames live stream to see how many people were saying, "Oh, I love this song. I love this song." And actually, some of it is on right now. And so I'm going to raise the volume and let you hear some of the music of When the Past Comes Around. And on screen right now is exactly the puzzle that I got stuck on. I still don't know why the solution is the way it is, but it was the puzzles are they're not mind-blowingly clever, but they're all they fit, and they also help to tell the story, which is why I am interested in puzzle games or in adventure games. It's not because of the puzzles, but because of the story. And the story in this one is wonderful. So this one would be, you'd want to play with maybe like, ages 6 and up, And even though it has, the theme is about romance, there's nothing adult in it in the slightest. You could run this on any computer, and I'm going to save that slide for a moment here. You might be wondering who that was. That was not from the past, was around, but I'm going to tell you who that was in a minute. But in any case, you could run this. I mean, in fact, I hope, Mojikin, that you come out with a tablet version or a phone version. It would play very well on a tablet, and it would be something that would be great to play on the train on a little trip. It's perfect for that. Like, it's also really the type of game that you want to cuddle up when it's raining. Oh, the music in this game is so good, as you can hear in the background. And then also, the story is interwoven. It's beautiful. It's especially towards the end. It's really, really well done. So, and also the price, if I'm not mistaken, I'll need to pull it up here, but the price is very reasonable. I always like to talk about that with the games that I review, because this game is $7.99. Absolutely worth $7.99. And in fact, I think it's closer to I know it's very short, but it's got so much, it made such an impact on me, and it did, with, as you can see, with so many of the reviews, that I think this game would be better around $9.99 at the lowest. Maybe $12.99 would be right about what would be really nice for this game price. So keep that in mind, Mojikin, if you recreate another game, which I hope you do. But also, this game is not perfect. And as you know me, I will tell you how I feel. What's the point of doing a review if I don't tell you my whole entire experience? This game, beautiful, exquisite. I loved it. It also gave me a horrible headache. Not just like, I don't like this game, it gave me a headache. I mean, it gave me a literal headache. Like, so bad that after trying to play it and work out the puzzles for a few hours, I got such a blinding headache that I had to go to bed with Tylenol PM. That is how bad it was. This was a mind-bogglingly awful design decision. What am I talking about? I'll show you. Over here under the play video section, this is a clip that I took from my playthrough of the game. And as you can see, the edges of the screen and how they were constantly moving like that gave me the most awful headache. And I ended up, I'm so glad the game was as short as it was. Had it been any longer, it would have been unbearable. And how I was able to get through it was the next time I played, the next 2 times I sat down in order, one, to finish the first playthrough, the first puzzle, the prep play, and then the next time to actually record it, which I ended up doing in one sitting because I didn't want to have to, I had to take 4 ibuprofen in order to, it just, I'm very susceptible to motion sickness. So let me know if you have already played the game and didn't have this problem. I'd be really curious. But to have the edges of the screen constantly doing this while you're trying to, especially when you're trying to focus on something, that was a terrible design decision. So whenever I recommend this game, which I will, and I am recommending it now, I will always do it with the caveat that if you are particularly susceptible to headaches, to motion sickness, don't buy this game, or buy it and then take 4 ibuprofen and suffer through. That's basically it. So I am going to review When the Past Comes Around here with Jays, as always. And I really went back and forth on this one. I really did. This was a tough one. I'm going to definitely give it 1 J, 2 J's, 3 J's, 4 J's. And I'm going to reluctantly give it 5, simply because I don't have 4.5. Because if you don't have to take, when I did take headache medicine, it was wonderful. I didn't like having to take all the headache medicine, but honestly, I had such a bad headache that it took 4 ibuprofen to knock it out, and I didn't want to take that chance again. But if you don't have that problem, then you're going to love this game. It is absolutely worth it. So, you might want to wait until it comes, if you're not sure if you're going to have a headache problem, wait until it comes up, the Black Friday sale or Christmas sale or whatever is coming up on Steam, and maybe it might go down to half price, and then you won't feel too bad if you get a headache from it. But that is When the Past Was Around. Fantastic game. 5 J's, a rarity here on the channel because I'm picky with my J's. I'm picky with those things. But next up, though, is I want to bring you back to that image that's kind of snuck in at the end of the slideshow there, because I want to tell you what is coming up next on the Jessa channel. So over here is this picture right here. And I'm going to pause this picture because I want you guys to know. Wait, no, get back here. This picture of this lovely lass right here, I'm not going to tell you who she is, but she is one of the 2 stars of the next Tiny Tales series. I will only refer to her as Lady Noir and her adventures in the Chocolate Cottage. That is what is coming up next. Yes, it's another Tiny Tales series, which I am recording right now with my patrons, and I am having a blast with that. And as always, if you want to join us join me as my patrons get a sneak peek of it, because they will visit with me while I record these series, and so they get to see them. And let me tell you, it is good. It is really good. Let's just say that Kettle Falls, that sweet, beautiful, tender little neighborhood in The Sims 2, has its dark side. I want to thank you so much for joining me for this episode. If you enjoyed what you saw, please hit the thumbs up button below. And if you loved it, join the party and subscribe. I also want to remind you of our second channel. Myself and 3 other grandma gamers are now the Grand Dames at youtube.com/the Grand Dames. We're the Grand Dames and we play games and we do monthly live streams. And this Saturday, actually, I don't know if this will come. This actually won't come out before that. That's too bad. Anyway, but go and check out the Grand Dames channel, and I'm enjoying the heck out of myself with that channel. So that is what's coming up next. And thank you. You know what I'll do, actually, before I go? I'll leave you with the beautiful, a little taste of the wonderful signature song of When the Past Was Around. Thank you, as always, for watching.